in your experience that you're seeing to double down on, contracting in general and specific to your firm? More opportunities coming in the pipeline as opposed to less or stagnation?
What I see in the marketplace for consumer-facing corporations, where they actually understand what their marketplace is, and they're not so much business to business, where they don't actually have a direct communications with the consumer, they're not that interested so much in doing anything different, because unless they're being told by their first tier, their customer to do it, there's still those companies that are not doing it. And I start there to say that even at a level of doing $200 to $300 million, there's still, you walk in first as a African American black person before you are recognized as a reputable business. And I say that because I've had corporations that tell me, don't tell anybody that you've got this contract. Let's just operate it, okay? And just keep it under the cover, because they know that in those factories and in those plants, if they know that there's a diversity supplier in there, additional problems and issues happen just because they don't know how a Hightower Petroleum Company can be there and a BP and displace a BP oil. So mentally, when I walk in, still to this day, it's a challenge of how can you beat ExxonMobil? How can you beat a BP? How can you compete? And even when you continue to win and compete, and you have the GMs and you have the FedExes of the world, you have the Krogers of the world, you've got the Ford Motor Companies, and you're doing all of this, which is 10 times bigger than their little business, they still say, how can you be competitive in this marketplace when you're not the big boys? And so you're constantly, even at a $200 to $300 million range, you're constantly still proving yourself each and every step of the way that you have capacity and that your gasoline is just as good as the gasoline next to you. And we've lost, even in the recent years, opportunities because there's been someone in the lower ranks say that he couldn't meet the spec in a fungible product like gasoline and diesel fuel, where everybody's gas and everybody's diesel is the same, that we could not meet the spec. It goes back to that old, my ice is colder than yours. You have to deal with that. I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon, but you've got to compete. You don't have a tolerance of, making a mistake. A larger corporation makes mistake after mistakes after mistakes, but they're large and they get away with it and they just go on. A smaller company, an African American company, you only have one time to make a mistake. And so the playing field is not level. The desire to make it happen for those who find the benefit in it is there, but those guys are sitting down there that's ruling the roost and have that purchasing function to do that, even to this day, have to be removed in order to do business with a Hightower. That senior management has said, this is the direction we want to go into, and they go out screaming and scratching that they're not going to make a change. And I've seen that happen in corporation after corporation after corporation.
Before I go to Randall, Steve, so how do you counsel other companies, other of color in your sector, or in general, when one, in terms of size, you're one of our top 20 companies on B100's industrial service list, and then in terms of your performance, you outperform a lot of your competitors. So size and outperformance, that should matter. That should be the pipeline to greater opportunity. How do you counsel smaller firms when you're still hitting a wall with all the bona fides of your company?
Because you got to know that the standard of being twice as good still holds true. And if you don't go in doing twice as good, twice as qualified, and really trying to be a top peak performer every day, you're not going to get the same opportunities. as the next guy to make a mistake. And so just mentally, just knowing that you can't do what the other guys do. You can't be average. You can't be good. You can't just be better than good. You got to be outstanding. And if you approach each and one of your customers in opportunities in an outstanding way, I'm going to bring you more than what you asked for. That's how you're going to get that opportunity to play. And you got to come from it. I came from all the way to 10,000, a million, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million, still couldn't get no money. 100 million, we had Fortune 500 clients, had the Fords, didn't have any debt. 150 million, all the way to 235 million before a bank gave me a loan. Now, if you don't think that there is some imbalance in opportunity just to access the capital, it's not till I didn't need the money anymore that I actually was able to get a commercial bank loan.
Amen.